right. Welcome to an episode of Umoja Talks, the first one of 2023. And we are joined by Thapelo Nkgabe, all the way from Midrand side of Johannesburg, and he's here in Pretoria North. So we're back, and this is the first episode of 2023, as we've said, and we've got a sponsor for this video, for this podcast. And on my right-hand side, there's Thapelo Nkgabe. He is a banker. He's a consultant for one of the big banks. And we're going to keep that on the hush for now. Taps, tell us more about yourself, man.
How's it, guys? My name is Thapelo Nkgabe. So I'm from Midrand and I'm a consultant. So I'm here to speak about investment. I want to let you guys know what the do's and don'ts are, and we'll see as the podcast progresses.
Always, man. Always the do's and don'ts. I like that. Yeah. I like that. So the interesting thing about Thapelo is that we go way back, back to 2016, 2017 EB days, huh?
Yeah, it's 2016.
2016.
Yeah.
And we were coming in and out. We liked managing the business section, actually. That was the good old times where we'd look through all the business books, make sure that the Santon people on their lunch breaks have something to read, and now we're on in exclusive books terms, it would be 713, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Which is the finance
and investments, yeah.
Finance and investment section. So the nice thing about the podcast is that we kind of know we kind of know the theory behind it because we were working in the same industry, in the book selling industry, but also the specific books was the business books. But Tups basically came through last year. And how old are you?
We're the same age.
So
27 turning 28.
27 turning 28.
Yeah.
And you've bought your first property.
Yes, I have indeed.
You bought as a consultant
working
at a bank.
Yes.
And you bought your first property at 27.
27 years, yes.
Wow. So tell us what made you want to buy this property.
Okay, so let me actually take it way back.
Right.
Back to when we were working for Exclusive Books.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm actually born and raised in Tembisa.
Okay.
Township. So when I started working in Exclusive Books, that's where I actually got a taste of sort of like a different life.
Okay.
If you can put it like that. So in SA, we do know there's we all live in South Africa, but we don't all live in the same South Africa.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm
Yeah.
So working in Santon, it actually opened up my mind to see the possibilities of what we can actually achieve as people. So working there, I met a few people who actually inspired me. Met some people that had maybe a similar background as me.
Okay.
And then it's only then when I started to realize, I think I started to have a little bit of interest working there in the business section. I think my first book was from, I forget the name, it's Jason Lee.
10 steps to invest in property.
Correct. Yeah, I remember I was
and then the retire rich through poverty.
Yeah.
Got a few.
Yeah. So I think maybe the obsession started there for me, just to try to find out as to what is possible and what is within reach. Yeah, I think EB also played a role in me having the knowledge to know that it's actually something that I can do. So yeah, I've always wanted to invest from the days of EB.
Okay.
Yeah.
Specifically investing in property.
Property in particular, yes. Property in
Okay.
particular, yes.
Interesting. So, like, when you were making this purchase, did you like refer to any of the like readings from back in the day?
Yes. Most of my knowledge was based on what you call Jason Lee, as well as I also discovered I don't know if I should say a page on YouTube.
A page on YouTube.
I don't know if I should.
Nah, say it, man.
No, there's a lady called the Financial Bunny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The financial bunny.
Yeah, she gives proper. I don't know if it's advice, but guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's is it Nicolette?
Yeah,
Mashile.
Nicolette. Yes, correct.
Yeah, I met her actually
Yeah.
back in 2021, my first month working here.
Oh, is it?
She was promoting one of our other developments in Pretoria East, Zambezi Estate.
Okay.
So yeah, Financial Bunny, quite a good plug.
Yeah.
So you learned some things from that.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing before anything was the research part.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most of us, we tend to just go head and first, and hey, there's cost and whatnot, and you're not ready. So I think, I did some research, and I discovered that with the newer developments, you don't spend as much as you would maybe with an older one, especially when it comes to your like transfer duties and whatnot. Yeah. So it tends to be a little bit more of a smoother process as compared to if you were buying something that's already existing.
Okay. So actually, if you can just, I know you've touched on it, but if you can just elaborate a little bit more on the costs that you would have saved. Like, we're here now. We're at Eden Estate. This happens to be the same property that myself and Thapelo have bought into, the same development. So I'm not going to disclose what number his at, but mine is almost half my age.
Okay.
Yeah. So what costs that you thought you would have incurred that you saved on by getting into this development?
I think initially, I know there would be a lot of lawyer fees because it would be a process from taking from one person's name to the other. And then apart from that, what's the word? It's conveyancing or something like that.
Oh, so there's you spoke about the lawyer fees, and then or the transfer duties, and then the bond registration.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the ones that I actually knew about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I tried to avoid the what do you call change of ownership fees, because I would be actually I think it's between me and the seller.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
So that's what I was avoiding with the new development. I knew that it would be new, and I would be buying it straight from the developer. So, and the process would be a little bit easier as compared to if I were to buy it from someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, correct. That's correct. That's also one of the first reasons that made me think about jumping in. But I also looked at the numbers. And I thought to myself, the actual purchase itself will make sense in the long term because it's a new development, and I'm already selling the properties, so why not buy it and then experience it for myself? And I thought it's going to be a good capital growth aspect to it, because as the development grows. Then the property will appreciate.
Yeah, I also think with the area as well. I think it's an area with a lot of potential.
Yeah.
And it's close to some amenities, so you're not isolated. So you do have shops around, as well as even town. Town is also very close to you. So those are some of the bonuses that I looked at when purchasing this property.
Yeah. So now that you're like a property like owner, like what costs like are you incurring right now just to maintain?
Just to maintain. I think at the moment, luckily for me, I work for a bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, with the bank, I got a nice discount. It was 2.5 off prime.
Oh
I mean,
wow.
off the interest rate. Yeah,
Yeah.
so meaning that anything just 2.5 off. So as is, it's actually an advantage for me because initially when you invest, you are aware that probably you would need to fill up. Yeah, maybe fill up a little bit in maybe the first year in
Yeah.
order for you to be able to get like a break even.
Yes.
But in my case, because I got such a good deal, I don't have to fill up anything on top. The
Okay.
only thing that I have to pay is just the rates.
Just the rates.
Yeah, just the rates.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So you're almost
it's like
in a positive cash flow.
yeah, more or less.
That's great. And even if you don't work for a bank, there are ways to try mitigate those costs, and that is making sure that you have such a good credit rating and a good credit score that the banks are going to want to give you money, and they're not going to second guess why they're trying to borrow you money.
Yeah.
So for us that are not working at the banks like Thapelo over here, those are some of the nuggets that we can use going forward. So basically, the three costs that you would have, you only have one out of the three.
Yeah.
So
more or less, yeah.
the levies are covered,
Yes.
and your bond is covered.
No. I actually pay the levies.
You actually pay the
Yeah,
levies.
it's just the levies, so the bond is covered.
Oh, so the bond is
Yeah.
covered, and the rates and taxes you're paying,
Yes.
and the
Yes.
levies.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
but you're getting 100% of your bond
Yes.
through your rental.
Yeah.
Wow,
Luckily, yeah.
that is
Mm.
a great position to be in. That is a great position to be in. So, like when you chose this property, lots of people I've been seeing on the South African channels, they like to flip properties,
Okay.
and before they even start renting it out to a tenant like yourself, what they do is they have more than what they've saved up a little bit so that they can have the transfer of the property that you mitigated by buying from a developer, as well as the registration costs. But over and above that, they also want to use money for the 3 R's. That is renovating, removing, or repairing anything in the property.
That may have an issue. Okay.
So did you have to do any of the 3 R's before a tenant moved in?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I think that's the beauty of a new development. It's ready made.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for someone like me, unlike you, I'm not too well versed in the property business. So this is me learning. So when it comes to the new development, I think it's a better place to learn because there'll be less mistakes and less expensive mistakes. Unlike if I were maybe trying to buy something that's existing with the intention of flipping. Yeah. So in such cases, being an amateur, you there's a possibility that you may find yourself in like a rut because maybe the foundation is messed up, or there's a lot that can actually go wrong. You understand? And then you will have to pay. And maybe you might not be financially ready for that. Yeah. So with this, it's more like you can say safe investment. Everything has a risk, but it's less risky. And it also gives you an opportunity to learn more about the industry. Yeah.
True. So the nice thing, even in this estate, one of my colleagues sent a client my side that's coming all the way from one of our other developments called Leopard's Rest.
Okay.
So she's been buying with the development. She bought her first property back in the Plus by Mpumalanga.
Okay.
And then she's now bought her third property this side at Eden as well. So she's been loyal to the developer and going with the developer. And I think that's one of the things that makes me so comfortable working in this space, because this developing company has been around for the last
for a long time.
3 decades.
Yeah. And it's actually funny you should say that. When I actually told my dad that I bought a place, and it was Cosmopolitan, he actually told me that's the same. He actually bought from the same house. I mean, from same company.
Developer.
Yeah, developer.
Wow.
When he bought his first house, so yeah.
That's like some family history
It's
that's going on
heritage,
now.
yeah,
So this is a
heritage.
second generation purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah. And are you the first like child in your family to buy a property?
Yeah, I'm the oldest, so yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So you're setting trends there then.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. I actually did come here with my baby sister while we were doing the whole process, in order for her to at least see and get an idea of what's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, when she also completes, she can also maybe follow the same route.
Follow the same route.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really cool, and but the thing is, for most of my clients, I've realized it's been like their first like purchase ever, like even within the family.
Yeah.
So they've been put into the position, 29 years of democracy now.
Oh yeah.
Where they're the first like generation to graduate, first generation to purchase a property. So they have all of these questions that they have, and some of them you can gauge that they want to know more before they jump into the decision, and that's where I sort of love where I come from with the background of books.
Oh yeah.
Where I can sort of like try educate them as much as possible, so that they're comfortable and they know that what Thapelo is saying is that they're going to be saving on all these different costs. And yes, some family members may say, "Oh, just go buy land somewhere in the north
and do what
so that you can slaughter a cow," all those kind of things. But first of all, you spend most of your time in the city. That's where you're working.
Okay.
So buying that side is good and all. Is good and all, but you won't know all of these other development things that come with it, like the fittings, the registering it and having a title deed. So you may go buy something and you won't have a title deed at the end of the day. You won't know the specific foundation types that that the bond or the bank may be looking for. So I'm really happy that this is also my first like property, and that we're sharing sort of like the same experiences, as we moving through. But that banking rate would have been nice, my man.
Yeah, but I still think even if you're not working in the bank, you can still achieve, because for me, the reason why I actually decided to eventually do this, apart from wanting to invest, it's because most people, most black people, in most cases, yeah.
Careful.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna go too deep. No, it's our biggest issue is information. We're not well informed, so we tend to not grasp opportunities that are presented. So for example, you find a person can be working for maybe 3-5 years, and they don't really have anything to show for it, but they're spending money.
Yeah.
So with this, it's a good investment, because you know that even though I don't live there, it's something that you can think of. Maybe it's like a long-term investment, because eventually you are gonna have a family, you are gonna have kids. Some are not. Yeah, it's a preferential thing these days. Yeah, but yeah, in doing so, it's like actually planning for the future, because the biggest reason for me to buy this place is for I think the bond is like 20 years. If you have like a child now, or even if you haven't had a child now, within 20 years, if you've got your own place aside,
Yeah,
the child also has somewhere to go at least.
exactly.
Yeah, because we can. This can be like the first property. Then you can start building your portfolio going forward. But the earlier you start, the better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're racing against time
Yeah, correct.
before you're too old to be considered a long-term asset to a bank.
Yeah,
where
because,
they can give you a loan.
yeah, because eventually there will come a time where banks will not easily fund you because of maybe your age. You're closer to maybe retirement age,
Yes.
or maybe hey, this life. You're over indebted.
Hey.
So
Yeah.
yeah. And going back to the point where you said you need a good credit score, yeah, that is the most important thing I think when you're considering. And debt is not necessarily a bad thing.
Definitely not.
Yeah, so most people look at debt and think, yo, I'm in debt. But it can actually be a good thing because if you do have a little bit of debt, it's actually a track record to show the banks that you're actually a good candidate for you to be able to pay back the bond if they were to fund you.
Yeah, it shows that you can take other people's money seriously.
Exactly, yeah, and you will pay it back when it
it's
is needed.
Sometimes they'll just take it back.
Yeah.
Before it even comes in.
Mm.
But I don't want to be too controversial.
Okay.
But you did say that it's very hard to come by information if you're a specific race in
Maybe let's say if you're not in the right circles.
Yeah.
I
saw a quote the other day. It was based in America, to the American black people.
Mm-hmm.
But basically they were saying that if you want to hide information, put it in a book. Let's just quickly take a break. All
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Sure.
Shop. Let's hear from our sponsor, JJ the Consultant. Be a lord, a landlord. Every royal needs a throne, and every throne comes with a title deed. Choose from one of JJ the Consultant's many developments all over Gauteng. Go to www.jjtheconsultant.co.za and pick something new, something modern, and that'll have low maintenance costs down the line. Stop answering to your landlord. Contact JJ now on 081 532 5977. Your majestic key awaits.